1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. I say boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. You got me doing funny things like a clown. Just look at me. When you wear your high-hole boots with your hip hugger suit, it's alright. You're out of sight. And you wear that cute mini skirt with your brother's sloppy shirt. I admit it, girl, that I can dig it.
Guys, it was unbearable this morning. I know everyone laughs at English people and the Brits because we complain when it's cold and we complain when it's hot, but nothing about this country is equipped for either scenario, to be honest. It was -2 this morning when I took Reba on her dog walk. -2. And -2 feels like -12 here. I go skiing, okay? Actually, I'm prepping to go skiing. When I go skiing, it's warmer than it is in London today. Anyway, if you can't tell by this really nice combo I've got going on, I'm locked in. Of course I'm locked in. I'm stewing apples, I'm making porridge, I have a face mask on. I'm wearing a Pilates set because I'm ready to work out. I am kicking off January 2026. Last night I attempted to use Notion again. I started using it in 2023. Couldn't really wrap my head around it. I'm a very visual person. I need it to look a certain way for me to want to do things. So I spent an annoying amount of time searching for a template that I thought would be visually appealing enough for me to stick to. And to be fair, it's worked. I mean, no one knows me better than me. I started jotting down everything that I am planning to do in January and everything I need to do this week. And last night on Instagram, I actually asked everybody, what do you want to see more of in 2026? And you want to know what the overwhelming response was. YouTube. I think probably every 1 in 3 answers was YouTube. Everyone wants more long form content, which I love, but the problem with that is if I do it, you've got to actually watch it because I don't think you understand how long it takes me to edit this stuff. I like to do it, but I'm not going to do it just so that half a person and their cat can watch it. I mean, I say this, I still have actually quite a reasonable amount of followers on here considering I post once every 8 months. But you know what? The people have spoken. And I've heard the people, and I'm going to make more of a concerted effort. So much so that on my Notion, I've even planned out my next 3 YouTube videos. And aside from this one, we're going to do a skiing prep video. And then I'm going to do a come skiing with me video because I'm going for a week with my friends and they are so much fun. All of the boys are driving up and the girls are flying because we're not idiots. We're going to Courchevel, so I thought it'd be fun to do 2 separate videos. Sort of one how I planned for it and the second one when we're there, and let's see if our planning has worked out. I did also see there is a ski in, ski out paddle court there, and Lacoste have just done a collaboration. I actually think it's just with the Sports Club of Courchevel. So I emailed to try and book us in because I was like, that would be so much fun. Anyway, I'm talking about the future. Let's talk about the present. I hope everybody had a really nice New Year's. I had a wonderful New Year's, thank you for asking. Did get a little bit sick afterwards, which you can kind of hear in my voice, but it was a really nice way to ring in the new year. And I want this video to sort of all be about the kinds of choices or decisions or prep that I'm doing now that we're in 2026 and the sort of things I'm focusing on. And I think the best way to do that is to show you. Also holds me accountable if I know that I have to show you guys. So like I said, locked in this year. Got these really nice AirPods from Henry for Christmas. So getting into a routine of, on my dog walks, I listen to podcasts anyway, but a lot of this year is about reintroducing the things that I love to my life. And it's less about, I mean, I love being online and I think there's so much that online has to offer, but it shouldn't be at the detriment of the things that I love offline. And that for me is reading, it's cooking, it's gardening, it's all of the things that give me peace of mind and literally allow me to touch grass. So I think last year so many things happened, obviously including our wedding, and I was so consumed with these big things that I didn't take any real time or effort to focus on a lot of the important things. They fell to the wayside, and again, I know that's because we had so much going on. So this year we're going to focus on that a bit more. Big thing for me is always health, body, wellness. I got into such a rut of overworking out and basically trying to starve. Actually, starving is a little bit dramatic, but lose as much weight as possible before the wedding. I was intensely doing reformer Pilates all the time. I wasn't eating a lot. I was just trying to get myself in shape to look good. And I'm not gonna lie, a big part of getting into shape is looking good for me. I know people like to feel strong and healthy and that comes with it. I'm also 5'3" and I love clothes, and unfortunately things look better when I am slimmer, and that's no problem. I just need to embrace a more healthy and balanced way to get there, so that's fine. I did join a gym, but I'm gonna be honest with you, don't love it. And there's this new gym opening up near us, and we can't use it until March, but we're gonna go for a tour of it anyway this weekend. I've done really nice gyms, I've done really nice classes, I've done kind of average gyms and kind of average classes, and going back to my earlier problem with Notion, I'm a very aesthetic person. If a place feels visually appealing to me and it feels, aesthetic's not even the right word, basically I feel how my surroundings are, and I know that I am going to want to go to the gym all the time if the facilities are nice, if the environment is nice, if the settings are nice. And in my current place, don't love it. I force myself to go, which is not good. I don't want to be forcing myself to work out, but I'm definitely going to be switching to this new gym once it opens. Started journaling, again, pen to paper. We need to bring back motor skills, people. Because once you leave school, how often are you actually writing stuff down? I like to handwrite lists I need to do, but that's quite short. So I started journaling. I have my gratitude journal, and then I have another journal where I write down all my thoughts, feelings, plans, whatever it is. It's not even really about what's going on there. It's more the process of having pen to paper, brain to hand. I think that's very important. So I've been doing that. Cooking is the big one. Again, I love to cook, but last year I was delivering and ordering so much stuff, and it was lazy and it was stupid. And one thing I do want to get is a seasonal calendar, so I know which fruits and vegetables are in season, and I want to start eating a bit more seasonally, because the problem with having everything at the touch of your fingers is that I'm actually so out of tune of what's in season, what's going to taste good, what's beneficial to me, my body, and the environment. So I would like a little seasonal calendar for that. So currently, as we're talking, I've just made some stewed cinnamon apples. I'm going to put this into porridge with some chia seeds, some peanut butter, and then after this, I'm hand making some granola, because I love granola. And it's so easy to make, but I've just always been so lazy. I have half of the ingredients in my cupboard anyway. So I'm gonna make some granola. I'm aware it's really funny, I'm doing this whole chatty piece with this crazy face mask on. It's this L'Oreal Glass Skin one. I'm actually doing a brand deal with them. And these masks are so good. You actually leave them on for 90 minutes. So it feels like my skin is getting the full use of everything it has to offer. I do find with the other face masks, when they're only left on for 15 or 20 minutes, they dry out so quickly. And I always think my skin could have done with more. So I really like that this one's a long one. My other very annoying resolution, or maybe not resolution, but change of mindset this year, is to be better with money, because Henry and I are still looking to buy a house. I just need to be more sensible with my cash. Actually, I don't know if sensible is the right word. I need to be more mindful with how I spend my cash, because I earn good money, but I need to make my money work a bit more for me. And I think in every relationship, you do need somebody who's very sensible and somebody who's like, let's have fun. So luckily I have Henry, who's the one who says, let's be sensible. We're budgeting each month, money that goes into savings, money that gets invested. I'm very independent, but my no thoughts head empty will always be with money, which is not great. I need to get better with that. I normally just go, Henry, here's the money, do stuff with it. So this year I need to be a little bit more active in understanding what that looks like and where the money's going. Anyway, as it stands, it's Monday morning. Well, early morning-ish. I've done my long dog walk. I've done a little bit of work. I'm now making some food. After this, I'm going to film 2 more videos. Mondays are also Rhubarb Society days, because that's when my friend, who I employ part-time, is online the full day, so we need to talk about some strategies, some stuff going forward. And also it's the first day back since Christmas that my manager and my management team are back. I can imagine there's going to be a lot of stuff coming in that's sort of come in over the Christmas holiday, so I don't see any of my emails. They all go directly to my management. So I normally get a very nice list of requests or work or gifting or events or opportunities in a spreadsheet. So I'm waiting for that to come through, and then I can sort of see how January is going to be shaping up work-wise. I also know I had some packages delivered that I need to go and open, because it's all skiing stuff. My sister also bought me Meredith Hayden / the Wishbone Kitchens cookbook. Meredith and I are actually online TikTok friends, and I think she's super cool. And a lot of these recipes look really good, so I want to actually cook a few of these. I'm going to pick out 2 or 3 and then try and space them out over the next week or 2. Henry did order a gusto because Henry likes gusto. It's his way of learning how to cook, and it's kind of like easy, straightforward. So I'll have to dot some of these in with his. I'm excited to try some of that. So when I sit down later and I plan out some of my bits for January, I will remember to film so that you guys can sort of see the process of how I'm splitting these things out. Good morning, friends. You want to hear the really good news? It's snowing, it's cold, it's freezing. I just came back from breakfast with my friend Robbie because I'm not going to see him again now before he goes back stateside. So took Rhubarb with me, and she's wandering around. At Christmas, we bought her this toy. You know the ones where you put a heartbeat in them and it's supposed to stop anxiety? Hasn't helped at all. So when we first showed her it and we put the heartbeat in it, she just cried the whole time because she's crying now. She was crying the whole time because she was saying to herself, why does this thing have a heartbeat, but it's not moving? Is it dead or is it alive? So we're like, fine, we'll turn the heartbeat off. And then she started to get used to it, and she started to cuddle it, and she was like, okay, maybe I understand what this is. And now every time she comes home and she's excited, she just basically kills it. So that's why she's whining, because she wants me to throw it for her so that she can catch her little heartbeat buddy. You want to play with your little friend who's supposed to keep you calm? So anyway, as we walked back from breakfast, we went to a few shops, and then I popped into Selfridges because why not? Why not give myself a pick-me-up? I didn't buy much, but I'll show you what I bought. Oh, also yesterday, I made granola from scratch because I told myself that this year I wasn't going to be just a lazy impulse spending demon like I've been in 2025. So I made some granola from scratch, but then I realized I'd run out of like the nice clipper seal jars. So on my journeys today, I did buy a really nice, I can just hear Rhubarb playing. I can hear Rhubarb going crazy behind me. Anyway, this was good granola. I put the full recipe, calling it a recipe is generous, I made it up as I went along. But I put the full recipe on my TikTok. Anyway, do you want to see what I bought? It's all food related, of course. First things first. You know the brand Alessi? I love Alessi. Alessi Chic, it's timeless. They had one of these jars on sale. And I thought if I'm going to leave a jar out on display in my kitchen, I want it to look cute. So this was £40, but it's got like the classic Alessi silver moulding on it. And I thought that would be amazing to put my granola in. So this is my granola jar now. If I can take the lid off. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of a seal around that, that's good. Wait, the thing I hate when they put stickers onto it. I should probably give this a wash first. There's another sticker. Okay, let me wash this first, and then I will decant the granola into it. Wow, you really... See, this is why you don't stick sticky things onto nice... I think someone in the retail space needs to invent a sticker that's not a sticker, so you can put all the information you need on an item without completely ruining it and making it look disgusting. Because this is not coming off. Hello? It's the old price too. Hideous, hideous, hideous. Maybe I'll have to scrub it off when I wash it. Aren't you glad that you signed up for my YouTube? It's just riveting content of me trying to take a sticker off the bottom of a jar. You know, that's a later problem. Anywho, because Selfridges also have this Disney thing going on, all of the bags. That's kind of cute. I like the holographic. Anyway, whatever, I'm getting distracted. You want to see what I bought at the food hall? So every time I go into the food hall, I see these, and I think they're the most... Not me saying that I'm not going to spend frivolously and then, you know, just ignore everything I say. I'd seen these so many times. This French brand, and they make sugar in the shape of just really cute things, and I think they're aesthetically pleasing. You know what? It's not frivolous spending because I host a lot and I have people round a lot, and I think it's going to add to everyone's experience. So this is by a brand called Canasuc Paris. That's what the packaging looks like. And these are 32 sugar cubes, all shaped like little teapots. Isn't that just whimsical and frivolous and just absolutely beautiful? Anyway, I'm going to display these. It'll probably take Henry 2 to 3 business weeks to actually notice. And then he'll be like, where did these come from? I'm just going to tell him that I made them. He probably won't know, so it's fine. And then I just got 2 of these Moju hot mango immunity shots because I'm still on the tail end of the sickness. I feel okay. The throat's just lasting. Who is messaging me? I've got the ring light kind of covering when my messages come in, so I can't see who's messaging me. Anyway, Moju shots. And then more hot sauce because I'm a sucker for Nando's medium hot sauce, but I need to grow up a little bit. I can't just buy Nando's medium hot sauce. Anyway, this brand, I went again based on marketing / ingredients / visual appeal. This one is called Apostle Hot Sauce. I went for St. John because this one's mango, turmeric, and ginger. Handmade with love in New Zealand. A perfectly balanced blend of succulent mango, refreshing ginger, vibrant turmeric for a uniquely fruity hot sauce. I just thought this would be stunning. So I bought that. And then the last, my classic Hong Kong milk tea. This is, ooh. I need to shake this one properly. My Cha Dong Hong Kong style milk tea. I went for the nostalgic Hong Kong flavor because I quite like this one. So it was basically me just buying stuff to make me feel better about being slightly poorly. It's just so good. So that's what I've been up to. Now I need to actually work. Then I have another meeting today at 3 o'clock. So I have a few short hours to kind of get everything I need to get done around the home and work-wise before I leave again. And then come back. Good morning, princess. It's time to rise and shine. It's time to rise and shine. I've got an appointment we're going to be late to. I know. You can go downstairs and get you breakfast, and then we'll go for a little morning walkies, and then we'll go straight to Mummy's appointment. Is that good? Or would you just want to stay in bed all day, lazy bones? You can stay in bed if you want. But you won't get fed because once I go out, I'm not coming back for a bit. Scare you, but I'm going to warn you, this is a jump scare. So kind of the next phase of my 2026 resolutions was to take more concerted care of my overall health and my body, and a big part of that is skin. So I just had a skincare treatment called Sunakos, where basically they inject loads of little things into your skin. Apparently it's better than the, the PR poly, the one where they basically put salmon sperm in your face. This is supposed to be better than that. So, like I think I've already said, I've been seeing a dermatologist, and I was given two new skincare things to implement at home. And now I've started to get Sunakos, which is basically supposed to help me look fresher, younger, more plump, just take care of the collagen and the hydration from within the skin, because I am in my 30s. But this is immediately after, and I do look like I've not only been beaten up, but then I've then been beaten up and thrown into a swarm of bees. But apparently this will go down in a few hours. So I got all my injections in the lower half of my face. We did everything: chin, cheeks, under eyes. I've got this tiny, tiny bruise, which was bound to happen because I had multiple injections. So let's see how this looks for the rest of the day. So my normal favorite anchovies, which are just sort of covered in vinegar and very yummy bits, were out of stock. So they told me to take these ones instead. Said they're a lot stronger, but I don't mind, because I'm gonna have them on toast anyway. I have some avo on toast, and sorry, I'm keeping my face out the frame because I do look kind of terrifying. About 4 hours. I'm braving the great outdoors. My skin actually doesn't look too bad. It's not as red and swollen as it was. I still have a little bit of bruising, which I've tried to cover with a bit of concealer, but that was stupid because I remembered that sunglasses exist. So, yeah, pretty good downtime. Had no allergic reaction. Feeling good. There's a tent set up in the park. Taking Rue on a nice frosty walk is actually going to help my skin a bit. Then I'm going to go home and start cooking some dinner. I know you don't want to, but you've got to get your groom. Come on, my love. I know. Come on. Rue, are you going to show everyone how pretty you are? Your groom. Whoa. Is that a strawberry on your necklace? Is that a strawberry on your necklace? Don't you feel better now you can see, huh? Yeah. It's stinky. Yay! Look at that beautiful girl. Is that yummy? Notice how she's curled up around the silk pillowcase? Exactly. She is her mother's daughter. And it's on Henry's side of the bed. She'd never do that to my pillowcase because my pillowcase is off limits. Good morning, my little princess sunshine. Huh? It's raining today. Do we want to go out for a walk? I know, it's so wet. We don't want to ruin your nice new groom. I know. Okay, do you have 10 more minutes? And then we got to go for a spin. Okay? Okay, as I got home, I could see somebody ringing my doorbell. Thank God I got here in time, because it looks like it's a film PR package, which normally my favorite types, for the film Sentimental Value, which still haven't seen because I missed it at BFI, but I'm gonna watch it when it comes out because all I've seen are rave reviews. Cute! I'm also a sucker for the Skarsgård family. Any member, don't care, I'll watch them. So, I love film-related stash. I have a collection. Most of the time they don't ask for your size. So I have a collection of all sorts of big, tiny, whatever from different films. Oh, this is actually quite nice. This is nice film stash. Normally it's just kind of Fruit of the Loom, something slapped onto it, and they've given me an extra small. So I've got this t-shirt. On the back it says, "Tenderness is the new punk." Also, I'm glad that they did give me an extra small, because why is this the largest extra small you've ever seen in your life? This will be a great gym t-shirt, or actually a tense t-shirt. Good for me. Sentimental value branded tissues, because they know that we're all just gonna cry. Oh, some great stickers here. Tenderness, this is very A24 of them. Tenderness is the new punk. Wait, all these stickers relating to the film. Now I need to watch the film to understand what any of this means. Right, now I need to have some breakfast and dry off. Right, so I think I've nearly nailed my Notion board. I'm just editing one of the templates that I downloaded to make it work a little bit more for me and my needs. I will show you roughly how it's looking. I'm going to try not to show too much personal information, but it'll give you a bit of an idea, hopefully, just if you're looking at trying to organize your year. This is how I like to work, because I have 400 million things going on. This is the best way I can think to put everything in one place. I started filming the screen, and then I realized an easy way to do it would be to take screenshots and put them in. So I'll talk through it and then I'll overlay what I'm talking about either here or over my face. I have my main dashboard for my monthly space, and what we have down the left is we have a navigation with a journal, my TV and film list, recipes, and the yearly goals. These will take me to separate pages where I can write whatever I need. For example, the TV and film list will be a chart where I can talk about what I want to watch, the date I watched it, ratings, however I want to do it. Same for recipes. I have split it by the time of day I eat the food, and then within each of these I can add extra information. A lot of these will be links to probably stuff I found online, stuff I've saved on my TikTok or my Instagram, and then physical books that I have, so I just know, look up this recipe in this book. Scroll down a little bit. I then have some yearly goals, quick notes. I haven't put my yearly goals in here. I might even change this section. I don't like having that on the front page. Quick notes, which are things I need to be reminded of just at a glance, things that maybe will fall to the wayside, or things that I need to implement in a little bit more detail in the main pages. Then I have pillars for the month. So the way I'm doing this is every month I look at the things that I have coming up, the things that I need to do, the things that I need to focus on. Like I said, month to month, actually even week to week, it's so different for me. For example, this month, I know I've got a big ski trip coming up with friends, which will be a holiday, but also I'm going to be filming content around it. So if I click into the ski section, it'll take me into a separate page where I've started working on a separate to-do list, which is a checklist. I've also worked on a table of content ideas. So this just kind of gives me top line, the things that are coming up this month. And then if I click on it, I have more detail. So I've got the Rhubarb Society because we're looking to launch a new product, which is the tote, which you've seen in the last video. Also, I will have a social plan. I will just have other things that I'm not going to put in here. I have actually a meeting about our first event of 2026, which is exciting. So once we've had that meeting, I'll start building that out in here. And then I have a gym section because obviously, as you guys will have known from earlier in the video, I want to focus on that a little bit more this year, and to have a page where I can put everything down, whether it's imagery, routines, scheduling, whatever it is. I want to put that in more detail there. Then I was talking about my seasonal calendar. I would still like a physical one in the kitchen, but I've also added a little seasonal calendar at the bottom of this list that I can basically edit each month. It's just a really nice visual snapshot of the sort of things. So when I'm doing a food shop or I'm planning my meals, or when I go into the recipes bit, I can sort of see just on the front page what actually is in season. So that's quite nice. And then you'll see on the right of the page, I have monthly dashboard now. This is so I can click in month to month and plan things out. Obviously we're in January, so if I click into January, you'll see I have an overview section. I have all of my monthly goals. I will then have any series or reoccurring things that I am filming for socials. So I've got a mini film series going on here. There's also separate pages for a monthly reset and brain dump. I didn't add that. I might get rid of brain dump. But the monthly reset I very much like, because that is everything from home to finance, self-care, whatever. That's me focusing on things outside of work where I need to make sure each month I'm resetting or checking in on these things. So for the home stuff, it can be descaling the kettles or making sure we get the windows fixed or any sort of nonsense, or declutter and organization. I'm currently doing a wardrobe clear out. I'm doing stuff for charity. I need to just sort of reassess the things that I want to keep, the things that I can streamline. I also need to get back out onto the terrace and sort the garden because it's been neglected over winter. So I really like that monthly check-in. I think that's important to have, and that will change month to month. And then if we scroll down, I've got a section called weekly content. So I will week by week go in and say, Monday, this is what I need to be filming, this is what I need to be editing, this is what I need to be posting. And I currently have a section which is like a habit tracker, which I think I need to change because I don't love that. My brain isn't conforming with this, so I'm going to find something else to work around here. At a glance, this is going in month by month. I have the main overview and the main things week to week I should be focusing on. And then you'll see I also have on the far right, the series breakdown where I'm just putting down details and notes of the things that I'm going to talk about in future series. Then if I come back out of that and go back down to the bottom of the main homepage, I have reminders. So this is almost like if you've ever used Trello, I used to use that a lot at work and as in my corporate job. I've got my need to do, my working on and completed. So this is everything day to day. It could be work, it can be personal, it can be social, it can be the most minor things, but I need a list where I jot down, I need to do this, because I use my reminders app and my notes app a lot on my phone, but I can just compile everything here. So I'll write down everything I need to do, then I can drag it into working on it, and then completed. And then within that, if I click on the thing, I can add comments, I can add a due date, I can add all sorts of things. Most things don't need much detail, but some might. For example, I've got stuff here for the Rhubarb Society website where I have to mention that I've asked the back-end people and the website creators to do stuff for me, so I need to note down what they've said about it, what days they can deliver it, anything that I need to do on my side, because that's more of a working collaboration. Sometimes it's easy just to say, oh, I've passed this on to somebody else and put it in like a bucket where you don't think about it. Having the comments kind of keeps everyone accountable, because I can say, wait, this has been sitting here for ages. What's the last thing that's happened? Oh, I emailed them back on this date. They said they were going to deliver at this date. They haven't done it. Someone needs a stern email. Not that they ever do, but you never know. That's kind of how my Notion is looking at the moment, and I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. It's nice to go to one page and say, everything is here. Takes a little while to set up, because again, I'm pulling stuff from my notes app, my reminders app, my work stuff, my TikTok saved folder, my Instagram saved folder, whatever number of things I have saved in various places. But once I have put everything in, it's quite good. So that is how I am planning it. I'm gonna go get my gels removed because I'm gonna let my nails breathe for a little bit. I need a little bit of natural nail to happen. Okay, you're coming with me, let's go. Also, this bruise is so annoying.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Boogum now, baby, your casting your spell on me. I say boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. You got me doing funny things like a clown. Just look at me. When you wear your high-hole boots with your hip hugger suit, it's alright. You're out of sight. And you wear that cute mini skirt with your brother's sloppy shirt. I admit it, girl, that I can dig.